Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at some new comics I got in for the week and some other back issues and things I've picked up. So starting off, we've got the new issue of Back Issue Magazine. This is number 164, and we've got this cool Brian Boland Starro cover with the Justice League on it. Then from DC, we've got a facsimile edition of Batman 676, and so this was the first part of the Batman RIP story from back in the day. And so I got the regular, and then I had to get the shiny foil cover, which I think just looks great with this Alex Ross cover on here. So got that. And then I went ahead and got the blank sketch cover, and it's got the regular A cover underneath too, like a lot of them do. Then we've got World's Finest number 47. And so we've got Fusion, the Batman Superman character from earlier in the run of the series, up against, I guess, this character they're calling Merger. So he's a combination of Joker and Lex Luthor put together. Then we've got issue 9 of Superman Unlimited. I'm still really liking this Dan Slott Superman series, and it looks like we're getting a new version of the Prankster in here. So that'll be kind of interesting to see what they do with that character. Again, the Prankster is a Superman villain that's been around for a long time, but I don't think they've ever really been able to get, a lot of traction with that character, especially with modern audiences. Then we've got a facsimile edition of Superman number 75. So this is the Death of Superman story from 1992. If you watch the channel, I just did an unboxing video of the Absolute edition of the collection of this. Comes in the big Tombstone box. And I do have the originals of these, but again, this was such a big story in the 90s, I wanted to get the facsimile. So I got the regular cover, and then of course, as always, I had to get the shiny foil version. And then I got the blank sketch cover too, and so that's like a white cover here. And let's see. Yeah, so it's got the A cover underneath too. I always think it's interesting too, they've got, a different price point, and it is on both covers. So, the blank sketch cover is $4.99. But the regular version is $3.99. I always thought that was interesting. Oh, another thing too, I was wondering. So DC has been putting these sort of blank covers over the sketch covers, and I guess it's like to protect the book. But do you leave these on, or do you rip these off? Sometimes I get them, new without these on them. But a lot of times they do have these kind of protective covers over them. Do you keep these on, or do you toss them? I keep them on just to kind of help protect the book, but, I can see why you wouldn't want them on here, and it's probably more of a pain for organizing. I know what it is when I'm putting it away, but let me know in the comments what you think of those. So then we've got the new Amazing Spider-Man number 20. Again, I'm getting the Lee Bermejo Amazing Visions covers. So we've got Spider-Man fighting Juggernaut here. I really like Bermejo's version of Juggernaut on this cover here. That looks really cool. And, we've got the multiple images of Spider-Man kind of flipping around him there on the cover. And so this is number 10 of 25 of the Amazing Visions covers that Bermejo was doing leading up to issue 1000. Then we've got issue 21 of Rat City. This is a Spawn spin-off book, more of a sci-fi kind of futuristic take on Spawn. I got the first few issues of this when it came out, and I thought I'd start picking it up again, see how it is. Then from Image and Ghost Machine, we've got Redcoat number 16. Again, one of my favorite books. Really looking forward to this. Then we've got the latest issue of Star Trek: The Last Starship. And the last kind of new book of the week I got was the Archie's Valentine Spectacular. Again, another holiday special for Archie. Now, these are some other kind of back issues and like some recent books I've picked up. So I'm getting the Lee Bermejo Amazing Spider-Man covers, but it's kind of been the majority of the series so far. So I'm going back and getting the issues that didn't have Bermejo covers. So I've got issues 8, 9, and 10 here. So I think I'm just missing one more issue of this for this current run of Amazing. And again, I was getting the Bermejo covers, but then I'm reading the story, and he's out in outer space with like Rocket Raccoon, and I don't know what's going on. So I want to go back and kind of read all the stories to kind of get up to speed leading up to issue 1000 of the book. Then we've got Penguin number 6 that DC came out with a few years ago. This is the only issue I was missing from this run of Penguin, and I've kind of been waiting until I get them all to read it, so I can take a look at that now. Then I've got issue 613 of Action Comics Weekly from back in the 80s. Again, this is another one. This is the last issue of Action Comics Weekly I need. So yeah, this was when they turned Action into an anthology there for a while. And so this nice Nightwing cover here is the only one I was missing. So I've got them all now. Then we've got Superman 79, written by Peter David from back in the day. This is the issue that contains the sort of meme internet thing of Superman and pink kryptonite. So I thought I'd pick that up. Then we've got Warlord number 115 from back in the 80s. I don't typically pick up Warlord. I've got a few issues I've ended up with over the years and that kind of thing. But this one is a Legends crossover to the crossover from back in the day after Crisis on Infinite Earths. Legends was kind of like the first big crossover after that. And DC has a big omnibus of that coming out. And I was looking at the contents and realized that I have most of those books already. So I thought I'd just go through and get the last few Legends tie-ins that I need. And Warlord number 115 is one of those. So I went ahead and got that. Then I got Southern Bastards number 3 by Jason Aaron. And again, this was the last issue from that run I was needing. So I've got them all now. Next is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Seeds of Salvation. I thought I'd go back and get this series. I only picked one of them up earlier, but I wanted to get the photo covers. And so it turns out the photo cover to number 1 was a real pain to find. I had to look all over. Every place I usually go to was sold out, didn't have it. But I found one seller on eBay who had it, but they had the whole run of the photo covers, so I went ahead and got that. So I got this nice cover here of the crew all together on an alien planet. Then I got the individual photo covers for the rest of the series here. And number 5 with Spock there. Issue of Ghost Rider number 18 from the 90s. I really like this Nelson cover. He did a lot of painting back then. I don't know what he does now. Does anybody know what Nelson is up to these days? Let me know in the comments. He did a lot of paintings for comics back in the day. And I always really liked this Ghost Rider cover, so I found it the other day and picked it up. But yeah, I just really like that. Cool Ghost Rider. He did a cover to a Wizard special with Carnage on it back in the day, too. That was really cool. Then we've got Gunfire number 0 from DC. I've been on kind of a DC's 90s kick lately, and I feel like Gunfire's, a 0 issue is right up there, so I went ahead and picked this up. Then I found this Archie Free Comic Book Day special from a couple years ago that I didn't have, so I got this. And then from Dark Horse and the Legend imprint from back in the day, I got Monkey Man and O'Brien. I got the first miniseries here. So this is 1, 2, and 3 by Art Adams. This was a book I always meant to pick up, and I'm like, oh, I'll get around to it someday. And I just never did. But I came across these the other day, so I went ahead and picked them all up. I've read a couple other stories with Monkey Man and O'Brien, but never like their whole series like this. Are you a fan of this book? Let me know. I got the Ghost Batgirl crossover. I've got the complete run of this Batgirl Cassandra Cain series from back in the day, and I just never got this crossover with Ghost, so I found this the other day and picked it up. Then I've got this issue of Radiant Black, so this is a foil variant cover by Jock that came out not too long ago, and this isn't necessarily something I was looking for, but I came across it, and it's like, well, why not? It's a cool cover. I love foil covers, obviously, you can tell from the haul here, but yeah, and I like Jock, so it's like, yeah, I went ahead and picked this up. Again, not something I had to have, my collection would still be fine without it, but it's like, yeah, I found it, so why not get it? And so that's everything I got this week for comics. Depending on where you're at, maybe where I'm at, I may end up getting snowed in here with the recent weather, so I've got plenty to read if something happens. But did you get anything cool this week? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X at Detective651, also on Instagram at Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.